What's up? How are you guys today? Frankie Eyeballs, aka Frankie Fishless, is back. I don't know. By the end of this year, we might have a laundry list of nicknames, but we're going to do some day of eating reviews. So all I really do is search YouTube for like the most popular what I eat in a day shorts, and then we look at them. Hey, is this why I don't get
How long are you streaming for? I have work at 8 p.m. I'm probably going to be streaming until 12 at least, so quite a while.
Is this why I don't get views? I got to wear some spandex and and start my videos turned around. Is that why? I don't know.
Back to another what I eat in a day. Before my workout, I had some sourdough bread with peanut butter, strawberries, and cinnamon. Then I love to make my Organica electrolytes because I'm always dehydrated when I wake up. This is the wild raspberry flavor, which is one of my faves, and then I'll drink this while I get ready for my workout. After I worked out, I made one of my go-to smoothies, which is an espresso protein smoothie. It's so good. And then for lunch today, I made a quick pesto pasta salad. And then a bit later in the day, when I feel like I need a fun drink to keep me going, I'll make another electrolyte. This is Organica's
way too much electrolytes, unnecessary.
Grams of sugar and it's caffeine.
I don't know why people are taking these electrolyte powders. They're not really necessary for most people. If you're doing very long, hard training sessions, so like if you're like doing boxing, MMA, training for like 2-3 hours straight, it makes sense to take some sort of electrolyte supplement, including something like Gatorade. If you're like a very serious weightlifter or bodybuilder or something, your sessions can go quite long. Might also make sense to take an electrolyte supplement like this. People who are on a low carb diet generally benefit from these sort of electrolyte supplements, but if you're just a normal everyday jerk off, I don't know why people are taking this shit.
Free, so I can really drink it anytime during the day. And then for dinner tonight, I made a teriyaki salmon rice bowl, which was so tasty.
Yo, do I need to buy glass straws? I honestly can't remember the last time I drank something from a straw. But just to kind of summarize my current nutritional understanding, there's two things that should be predominantly included in your diet. One is a base of animal nutrition, whether it's like...
Nope, that should not be included in your diet.
Grass-fed beef or steak or collagen. And number...
Yo VG, I know you're not doing any heat training.
Number two is the caloric nutrition, which is best from grains and starches. So when you're basically not eating meat or bread, it's questionable whether you should include it in your diet because vegetables tend to be high in anti-nutrients.
Vegetables are not high in anti-nutrients.
They offer little actual nutrition, and in most cases...
Yeah, vegetables offer very little nutrition. That's why only vegetables contain fiber, phytonutrients, antioxidants, things that make you actually live longer. But thanks for warning me that they're low in nutrition. I wasn't really interested in living long. I only wanted to make sure that I overeat things.
Cases they just cause toxicity and harm you. Then you have some things here and there like peanut butter or nuts or seeds. That can...
Dude, it's so retarded. Frank has claimed that he was eating so much red meat, it was giving him iron toxicity, and then he's claiming vegetables are toxic. Right. You literally admitted you're eating foods that gave you some form of toxicity, red meat, and then you're claiming vegetables are toxic. What a fucking moron.
Can be variable depending on what you're eating. Fruits, which in most cases are okay. And then there's a bunch of random things that we run into from time to time. But overall, the foods she's choosing aren't really that bad. Peanut butter on sourdough for breakfast, at least it's calorically dense. Yeah, peanut butter is high omega-6, it's inflammatory. There's a lot of...
Peanut butter is not inflammatory. Omega-6 is not inflammatory. There is literally no pathway in the body in which omega-6 fats trigger inflammation. There are, however, pathways in which saturated fat triggers inflammation, but Frank will never mention that.
Better nut butters you can choose from. Like that's why we sell macadamia nut butter on frankiesstrange.foods.com. So you could definitely improve that. I'm not a fan of electrolytes. Guys, I sell electrolytes. I have the best electrolyte product that's ever been made. It's called Lemon Light. That's on Organ Supplements. And I tell people, look, you don't really need electrolytes unless you're profusely sweating. The best way to hydrate is just take a bottle of mineral water in the morning. I mean, I have mine right here at my desk. You guys can't see it because of the green screen, but just drink a large bottle of high quality mineral water in glass every single morning. And that's all the electrolytes 95% of people need.
That is completely and utterly not true. You get electrolytes from the food you eat. You're not getting enough electrolytes just from fucking water.
If you're like outside sweating in the summer heat, you're working manual labor, like a miserable construction job, like what I was doing yesterday, not eating breakfast and sweating my guts out for 5 hours in my warehouse. Yeah, I should have probably taken some electrolytes. But like this girl waking up and like what we've seen, she's not doing crazy stuff. You know, she's not doing hard physical labor. You know, she doesn't need electrolytes. It's totally unnecessary. And even if she did, I bet you if we look at the mineral ratios of the electrolyte, they're not even good. So then we have a post-workout smoothie. I think she put espresso in there and probably some protein powder. So not that healthy, like coffee espresso, caffeine stressing the adrenals. If the rest of your diet is picture perfect, maybe it's okay. And protein powders are passable if they're like grass-fed whey or collagen protein, grass or collagen protein, but most of them aren't, and they have a lot of fillers and additives, especially like these plant-based pea proteins that people tend to gravitate towards now. They're just not healthy for you. I mean, you guys know I'm a fan of pasta and starches, but you know, we have a very specific type of wheat that I like to have. Hey, at least she isn't shying away from the carbohydrates. You know, she has sourdough for breakfast, she has pasta for lunch, so that's pretty good. It's just what she's accompanying these starches with. It should be a higher quality protein instead of the vegetables, the high omega-6 stuff. I mean, I guess this meal wouldn't be that bad if it was completely organic, honestly, because she did have a protein shake before that. And then she has more electrolytes, which, you know, were unnecessary in the first place. She really doesn't need them. Really doesn't need them. And then dinner. I mean, honestly, I can't say that I dislike this girl's diet because a lot of the time we do see people trying to restrict carbohydrates. But yeah, I mean, if she just had higher quality protein in the diet.
Will you do a live stream with Blaha? I messaged him on Instagram. He hasn't gotten back to me yet. I don't know if he checks his Instagram messages or anything.
Maybe reduce the vegetable content a little bit. I think she would feel a lot better. And yeah, the electrolytes are totally unnecessary. So overall, the diet isn't too bad. One thing we didn't mention was organic versus non-organic. I try not to say it a lot because I don't like to sound like a broken record, but if you're not going organic, if you're not going high quality with everything, you know, there's pollutants, there's agrochemicals, there's a lot of negative things. You can, we did a video on it a year or two ago.
It's funny how he says this. Just because of bioaccumulation, you're going to end up getting more of these agrochemicals from eating meat than you would from a primary source. So if you're so concerned about the shit, then don't eat meat.
There's a very extensive list of what USDA organic encompasses. And once you read that list, you'll never buy non-organic again. And most people don't get organic. So if the person's not going organic.
Organic is a scam. It is a bullshit marketing term to overcharge for food.
Which they're probably not. There's already a glaring issue with the diet, but what we're analyzing here is just the food type. So even if this was perfect, if it's not organic, you could be doing a lot better. And like some other stuff we don't mention often enough is, you know, was the rice made with glass bottled mineral water? You know, is all these electrolytes she's downing? That's probably with tap water. That's another big thing that people aren't mindful of in their diet is the water pollutant element.
This is by far one of his most boring videos I've ever fucking seen.
Saw you in this wank.
What's up next? from a quick look, it seems a little restrictive on calories and caloric density, but we'll see. So 11 water in the morning is never a bad idea. Again, what source of water are you choosing? In the breakfast, hey, at least she's having some eggs that look pretty good, sourdough. I can't complain that much about this breakfast. I will say that.
Yes, lots of nice artery clogging cholesterol.
Avocado is kind of behind salicylates and irritate a lot of people's guts, but overall that's a pretty solid breakfast. You have some protein, you have some caloric density. Could maybe be a little heavier on the carbohydrates, or maybe just a little sugar on there. That would be good. I'm not going to analyze this pre-workout supplement, but what I will say is most pre-workouts are very high in oxalates. The nitric oxide, which is used for like pumps in pre-workouts, is very bad for your kidneys. So I would avoid them under all circumstances.
Yeah, they're not bad for your kidneys.
I was actually going to make a natural pre-workout supplement to sell, but I decided against it. It's against my moral standing. So this looks like I thought it was keto, but it does look like she has some type of bread.
Bro, selling a pre-workout supplement is against his morals, but he's fine with paying for animals to get brutally fucking murdered. He'll murder thousands and thousands of innocent animals, but selling a fucking pre-workout supplement is too far for him. What a fucked individual, dude.
In the top right, and there's some cheese and some deli meat and maybe some hummus. Honestly, this looks really good. It just needs more carbohydrates. It's like the carbohydrate content of the diet is pretty low, and in order to feed your gut bacteria, in order to detox the liver and have a balance of fiber, I think it'd be a little better to reduce like the high colored vegetables. If she had like half the amount of vegetables here and twice the amount of bread, this would be a really, really solid lunch. So the food choices, it seems like she's making good ones. It's just the ratios are a little off. So then the snack is fruit, protein balls, and shake. All right, we can assume that the protein balls have some type of like processed pea protein, which isn't that good. From a fruit perspective, the white fruits are less inflammatory. I like apples and pears a lot. Pineapple are okay sometimes, but
So Frank has an eating disorder, and he thinks anything that has a color to it is toxic for some reason, even though the presence of color in fruit suggests that the fruit is ripe, and it's also high in antioxidants and phytonutrients.
So overall, not terrible, not horrible. And she has some ice cream, which depending on what ingredients the ice cream is made with, can be excellent for you or horrible for you. Like on Frankie's Strange Meat, we have raw grass-fed ice cream and lemon sorbet made with mineral water. That's the highest quality stuff you could consume. That's what I would eat. But this is probably not good. That looks more like sorbet than ice cream, but she doesn't say what it is. And this dinner might be the worst meal. I can't really tell what that is. I mean, obviously we have a lot of veggies here and there, which, like if you're a rabbit, it might work. There's some sushi up there. Hopefully it's sushi. That's probably some vegan.
Yeah, vegetables, so bad for you.
Nonsense. It seems like she's pretty plant-based. I think that's a big bowl of noodles or something. But it is colored, so I don't know. I don't know what this stuff is. We're assuming it's plant-based. It's not too high in carbohydrates and starch or caloric nutrition, and we don't see much animal protein. So not that great. And then she's having another snack. And the reason she's having these snacks and eating so much volume of food throughout the day is because of what we've been saying. Like her caloric density isn't high enough. She needs to eat more of the starches and probably a little more animal protein too. Bro, how many people pay for fake comments? I can't stop watching your videos. I'm literally so obsessed with them. Dude, I've been doing YouTube for like 8 years. I don't think I've ever had a comment like that on one of my videos. And my viewers like me a lot. Like,
well, it's probably because you upload boring shit nobody cares about, dude.
All right, what's next? Simplest diet to kill your body fat. No, is this the I don't have a job diet? I don't know. This seems really restrictive, especially for the amount of muscle mass this guy has. It seems like he just fasts all day till like 3 or 4 o'clock because he's just having black coffee in the morning. He's having a pre-workout, so plenty of caffeine and oxalates to destroy his adrenals and kidneys, not too healthy. And he works out. And then the meals he has, at least he has some rice, but it's just high protein, not a crazy amount of carbs and starch and fiber, konjac jelly. Yeah, again, 4 calories, so it's some synthetic chemical crap that he's just using to suppress his appetite. And then the ice cream that he has is, again, a low-calorie ice cream. So he's doing some real caloric restriction in the context of his muscle mass. He probably needs like 1,000 to 1,500 more calories, and he'd probably still be able to lose body fat if it was all high-quality food. So I'm not a fan of this in general. It's just pretty unhealthy for your organs. Pretty unhealthy for your organs. And then we have a college
This is
student.
everything I eat in a day as a college student. In the summer, so for breakfast, I started off by making some tea, and then I had some pancakes from Naked Nutrition. This is their protein pancake mix, and I was really excited because I haven't had pancakes in so long, but I just made the batter according to the instructions, threw in some butter, and started whipping them up. I was really excited when I
I was talking pretty fast.
But then after that, I put some fruit, strawberries, and then also drizzled some honey over top, and they were absolutely delectable. They were super good, and I haven't had pancakes in so long, and with my sweet tooth, it's the absolute perfect way to start the morning.
I don't understand why people do what I eat in a days and then they make stuff that they never eat.
But then for lunch, I had some leftover soup and also some leftover Nutella pizza. And then after that, I had to go to the library. I had this little detox shot that I like drinking to kind of wake me up. And I don't know, so I could feel really energized. But then I also washed up some fruit and packed that to go. And then I headed over to the library and I had a 2,000 word essay that I had to get started writing on that I barely started. So yeah, after that, I decided to go to the grocery store, just look around. And then I went on a little run and it started storming. So I ran home and for dinner, I just had some rice, vegetables, meat, soup. And then I had some banana cake for dessert. And that's basically it. Bye.
Hey, I think she eats a lot better than most college students do. You know, she's having a few solid meals. Maybe the protein content is a bit low actually. You know, like starch pancakes for breakfast, like leftover starch and pizza. I guess the big problem with this diet is that she barely ate any protein whatsoever. Yeah, that's not good. I mean, there's no point of really addressing the food she's eating or the quality, which I mean, she's just eating really a lot of starch, which if anything I'm actually a fan of. It's just if she had a nice chunk of protein with each of these meals, the diet would be a lot better. A lot better. Maybe when her cuck boyfriend takes her out to Nobu once a week, she gets to pig out on like $800 worth of sushi, and that's where she gets all of her protein. I wonder why she talks so fast. Is there like a bunch of coffee she's drinking she's not showing us?
I'm 23 and definitely can't eat the way I used to in high school, so I thought I'd just...
That's the funniest stuff. I'm 23, I can't eat like I used to, bro. Please help me. Please, these people are so ridiculous. I mean, I guess if you destroyed your liver with like 3 gallons of alcohol every weekend, that might be a remote possibility, but it's very, very unlikely. Like, dude, like you're 23. You should be able to do whatever you want and not have any health issues.
show you things I eat to maintain my weight and stay toned, but also still have everything I want to eat. Every morning I start off with an iced coffee. It's like what I look forward to when I go to bed. And this one I put Chobani creamer in and a little bit of this muscle milk protein shake. Protein's so key. That'll keep me full till lunch. And then lunch I had a big fat pork roll bagel from Wawa. It was fire. Then I snacked on some small red grapes. I got these at Giant and they are like the best grapes I've ever had. For me, I personally can't cut out meals that I love, or I will literally go crazy and I'll do the opposite effects.
Bro, this seems like
tacos for dinner.
What a gym bro from New Jersey eats.
Half a muffin for dessert. I feel like portion control is really huge. And then some raspberries and the night.
Yeah, I don't know if this is a diet or what. Why would you say what you eat to maintain your weight, but you kind of just eat what you want? Like a muscle milk, pork roll, which I got nothing against. Some fruit for a snack, and then she had. I mean, this just seems like you might be on a standard American diet. Like there's nothing special about this meal. But hey, it is meat and bread. You know, pork roll. Granted, it's probably low quality, really crappy pork. Tacos, meat and bread. I can say I'm actually a fan of what she's eating, but I'm just too.
What I eat in a day as a very active teenager, so I had blueberry and avocado toast before I went to swim. Then I came back and I had a bowl of cereal and a smoothie, strawberry banana, and then I had quinoa, salmon, and avocado for lunch, and then an English muffin, peanut butter, apple, and turkey for dinner.
Yeah, I think it's just too low in protein and not enough calories, especially if she's a swimmer or something and she's that active. I'd be surprised if this was all she eats every day. You know, 2 meals that aren't like super crazy large or that have a ton of starch and protein in them. So, you know, if the only protein she's having all day is like a slice of salmon, it's not that great. I guess less one. I mean, I guess for only having 2 meals, it could be a lot worse. Like at least a croissant and this stuff is calorically dense, hypothetically high quality saturated fats like butter. So this is actually a really good breakfast if it's all made with high quality ingredients, believe it or not. It's actually a really good breakfast. Chicken with broccoli is chicken's usually a very low quality protein source. At least she's having some protein. The broccoli and greens and stuff would be nicer if she was just having more starch with this. Then it would be an okay meal. And then lentil salad with burrata. I mean, hey, she threw a giant chunk of cheese on there, which is good. You know, you're getting your animal nutrition at least, but you're much better off having a bunch of starch, which is much less inflammatory than all these greens and lentils and stuff, which can irritate your gut. So if it was like white rice and cannellini beans or something like that, you know, ditch the colored stuff and go for the plainer starches. It's a bit healthier. Well, that's the last review. So thank you guys for joining me. If you enjoy this and do want to support me, you can check out frank-stefano.com where we have much stuff on the meat stuff that are valued. Frank-Stefano.
That was one of his worst fucking videos, and that's saying a lot.
What's
dude.
up, guys? We're back.